Ryan, we got to change that music. That music is not fun. I need something more easygoing. Hey guys, welcome back to another week of fun and merchandising a go-go at ARL. And we have Daniela with us. Say hi, Daniela.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Daniela, where are you located again? I forgot to ask you.
I'm in Peru.
Peru? What time is it in Peru?
I'm holding it down in South America for you.
What's is it Eastern time in Peru?
It's Central time.
Oh, so you're 11 o'clock.
Yep.
So you're living in the past and I'm living in the future.
Sure, but we're both living in the now.
Let's get real meta with it. But awesome. Hey, listen, I appreciate you coming on. I know that we've been speaking in social media and LinkedIn about all the goodies that are happening with merchandising, A+ content, CTR, hero images, the dreaded C word, Canva, and all fun stuff like that. So I'm really happy that you came on today to talk more about what you do well, what we do well, little rundown what we do here. People give us some ASINs. We'll dissect them, tell them best practices, if this is good, if it's not good. If it gets a little slow, we'll pull up some cool stuff. I'll do a little bit of Canva play. I have a cool, did you see the new hack that's going on right now with the star ratings on Amazon?
I did. That's some fun stuff. We'll see what happens with that.
They're split testing the world, it seems like, with Amazon. They're putting out all that kind of 5 stars here. Did you see that in eco-friendly or eco-climate friendly? No, eco-pledge friendly. They're doing 5 stars no matter what you are. I think it's like a little.
That seems like a glitch. I think that's a glitch.
Glitch or undertone of like eco-friendly. 5 stars. I don't know. We'll see.
I think that's got to be a glitch because why would you do that? It's kind of weird. Plus, it doesn't seem fair to other brands. But I'm excited about the image stack testing. Did you see that?
I didn't. No, I didn't. We'll talk about
in Amazon experiments. If you have a single parent ASIN without variants, when you go into Amazon experiments, and I don't know if it's all accounts, we're seeing it in some accounts, and that's the use case that we're seeing is if they don't have variations, you can do image stack testing. So it doesn't even give you the option for main image anymore. It's just all product images.
I'm gonna one up you here. How about this? Have you? I know you've either used or are a fan of PickFu. Have you seen Intellimize?
I use it.
Oh,
absolutely.
You're a big fan of Intellimize?
I am a fan of Intellimize.
I spoke with them a couple weeks ago, and we ran through some demos of their stuff. Fantastic! Like the fact that you can blur out or remove like the stars. I wonder how they're updating now.
Which you can do that on PickFu too. I use it for certain different scenarios. So I'm a fan of both tools for different use cases. And we can get into that.
This is gonna be like, yeah. But I like it because, and again, PickFu was there for a while, right? And I dabbled in it a little bit, but I kind of jumped all in with Intellimize, and I like how I can just pull in complete image stacks, complete ASIN to ASIN. Like, I don't know. We'll get into it. Maybe we'll do a demo of one. We'll pick someone out here, a lucky person to kind of take a look and see. But yeah, let's take a look. What do we got here? We got some people hopping in. Rudy with 1050. Rudy, I don't know what that means. What kind of cryptic stuff we talking about out there? But is it 1050? I don't know. Let's see. Orkin has, hey, hello there. Am I getting the title wrong, or can I send my ASIN and you guys will review it? Orkin, you got it right. Send it over and we're going to review it. Daniela's yelling at someone right now. I don't know what's going on. Thank goodness it's on mute because she's probably yelling. You fix this A+ content for this client. Is that
someone's knocking on the door? Someone was trying to get in. That's why I was.
They're knocking. They're like, you need to fix my A+. And Let's see. So Jeff says, hi, Daniela. Typo. We're talking about merchandising. Typo there. Hi, Daniela. Can you use brand names, product names in your backend keywords and alt text? What if the brand name is a common name? Can you bid on a brand name keyword in advertising?
Those are two separate questions. The answer is no and yes.
There you go, Jeff. Have a nice day.
Jeff, no brand names in the back end of your listing. I wouldn't even attempt it. And then, yeah, you can bid on it. Why not?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Are you
Have at it.
Are you a fan, Daniela, of Spanish keywords in the alt text?
Absolutely.
Would you say sí?
Sí, claro que sí.
That's it. I know key phrases in different languages enough to say, I know this, and then try and sell you on something. So like, I know a little Spanish, you want to buy some stuff. Then I know a little Korean. And then once they hear me say annyeonghaseyo, which I think means hello, how are you, Korean? They're like, oh, cool. He's a Korean speaker. I'll buy from him. I know just enough to get by with that. So Jeff coming in hot again. Hi, John, part 2. Is there ever a reason to repeat a keyword in a title? What about long tail? So when you're repeating a keyword, it depends. If we talk about long tail, so let's take the example car air freshener. So when you're saying repeat, and that's just something, oh, he gave me an ASIN. Let's go. I was gonna come up with my own, but this gentleman gave me my own ASIN. Thank you. Let me share my screen here. And Daniela, I don't know if you've watched me for my 18 seasons that I've been doing. I'm just kidding, not 18 seasons. Probably just like 6 episodes. But I always struggle with sharing my screen because I'm a novice at tech when it comes to that. So here I go. Let me see if I do it right. Am I doing it right? I did it
Here
right.
you go.
Okay, cool. And everyone that's in brand management at our team always yells at me that I don't use the /DP hack for typing in ASINs. I'm the kind of guy where I just type it in the search and have it come up, and they're like, just type in /DP. Are you a DP/ person or no?
I am not a DP/ person.
Everyone says to do it this way.
Look at me learning something new.
This is education at its finest. I am a professor. I need a.
I love also, that. But you're doing DP after the myamazonguy.com, or are you going to change that to Amazon? What's happening here? Aha. But why DP?
I don't know.
Okay.
Direct product?
Just because they say we're going to do
it. The Illuminati says so, and we do. And then I'm sitting here, and I always like sing a little bit as I type it out.
Okay.
6 IPV. Okay. And here we go.
I thought you were gonna start singing some Beyonce.
Beyonce.
I was like, what are we singing? What are we singing?
Well, I just sing whatever the letters are. IYPV, like that. Very Pavarotti-esque is what I kind of go into. Okay. So Jeff's saying here's the ASIN. So we're looking at rainbow sheet set, girl sheets. Okay, so you're talking about the word sheets. That's probably the question here that we're talking about. Is there a reason to repeat it? Daniela, what do you think about this?
I think there is a reason to repeat it because these are different phrases together, right? So like you're wanting to not break up those words. So I'd imagine when you did your keyword research, you saw that kids sheet for girls had different search traffic than let's say girls sheets. So yeah, the long tail does make sense, especially when you're just starting out on a product, and maybe it's going to be really hard for you to rank for those main keywords. So you do want a little bit of those longer tail ones. What say you?
I concur. I think that was from the Catch Me If You Can, where Leonardo DiCaprio goes, I concur. But I definitely think that's relevant for sure. And I
don't think you need so much of this. There's a lot of sheets in there.
Well, here's the thing. Put it there if you're also saying the other relevant information that you need to say. So for example, you're putting in a lot there, which is good, but you're not, and again, Jeff, I'm confirming that whether this is your listing or not, whatever. But what you're not saying in there is how many pieces is it? So is it a 4-piece, a 3-piece, a 2-piece, a 6-piece, right? Is it cotton? Is it poly?
That comes down to the structure of building the title. So it seems like the structure is off.
Yeah, so the information's not here. The structure's off. It almost looks like the title is just a keyword grouping. I'm just kind of copied and pasted there. So it's not telling me the information I need to know. So if I'm looking at this holistically from above the fold, right? I don't know how many pieces there are in the title. I don't know how many pieces there are from the main image. If I go here, I'm guessing there's 4 pieces, but you shouldn't make me guess, right? What would I do different with this? And I know, Jeff, that wasn't the question. It was more about the title. But Daniela, talk to me about how you feel about monster parentages like this, and then how you go with the index image. Because before you answer, I'm going to tell you, for me, I'm a big fan of showing this kind of stack in the main image. Did you hear that snap that just happened, that noise?
No.
A massive mosquito just got zapped in my garage. RIP. So, huge mosquito. So I'm a big fan of this when it comes to textiles as the main hero image versus this. What say you?
If I saw that first image, I wouldn't even know what I'm looking at. So I concur.
Yeah, it's
and you don't want to cause confusion. But in general, when we're thinking through main images, I'll tell you my process. What I like to do is first go and look at the search results. So if we look for kids twin sheets, I want to see what everybody's doing. And I want to do something a little bit different, a little bit more creative, right? So even if I was going to do the stacked sheet, I would tweak an angle, add a shadow, do something else to try to see, like that one in the middle there on the right, pillow on it. Like that's go to the right of that one. That one's totally different orientation, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking for. We want to see, let's take a screenshot of like 12 or 20 of these examples. And then let's look at them and say, okay, what are these guys doing well? What are they not doing well? What are some ideas that we have based on this? Let's go look at another category that's maybe similar but different and see, like, what are they doing? What else could we be doing? And get the ideas flowing, right? And this is where, like, there's no rules. Just have fun with it. Come up with some different ideas, put them into your favorite tool, Canva, and have at it. And then drop them into a tool like PickFu or Intellimize to kind of get the data behind it. Look at the data, understand the data, understand what's working, what's not working. Have a little more fun with the images to tweak them, polish them even more. And by then you should be pretty confident that you have a winning variation, and then upload that to your Amazon experiment to understand which one is truly going to perform best without you having to guess, right? Like you and I might have an opinion, but at the end of the day, our opinion doesn't matter. The data matters, right?
Yeah.
I could tell you all day that image looks ugly. It doesn't matter.
Totally. Oh, definitely. So do you think with Amazon experiments, are you a fan of, like, where if you say, hey, this is best practice and I think this is good, and people are concerned about it getting suppressed or yanked, if you load it through experiments and it gets accepted,
totally.
that's the telltale sign of you're good to go if it gets accepted for that?
Totally. Yeah.
So I'm in the camp of, I like this, Jeff, if you're still listening. But taking a look at the SERP, right, seeing exactly what's working, like Daniela said, I look here, my eye always goes to, I'm always a big fan of the retail in the background, right? Even if it doesn't look sexy, I like it because it gives me a lot more meat on the bones to play with. But look at that image. Look at how much missed opportunity that brand has. Forget it.
Because you can't read anything from the search results. And they could have done this huge organic cotton, like in big bold lettering, instead of that tiny, I can barely read it, you know?
Yep. Let's fix that.
If you could read 100% organic cotton, really big and bold, guarantee just by making that stronger, that their click-through rate would go up.
Let's do it. I'll show you my process.
See that green bar? I would put something on that green bar.
This green bar, I feel like it's covering up something. I feel like that's not, I don't know.
Maybe, but that's where the pieces come in. You could be like 4 pieces right there.
Here's,
or 4 piece set.
Let's take a look.
Or case included, because you can see right there in the photo there's a case.
Let's take a look. Ooh, we're doing it.
Ooh, you're getting fancy.
This is fancy. Have you used this? I know you're not a big Canva person. Have you used this Canva tool?
So I am a huge Canva person, by the way. Like I use Canva every single day and I love it. I use Canva for quick and dirty. I use it for iteration. I use it for almost everything in my personal business creative stuff, even for my website. I don't use it for our client projects, only in the iteration phase. And then we take what's winning from our data sets and we polish it up in Photoshop and make it pretty, you know?
It's a fair statement. So whenever I use it, it's always off the cuff, right? Just so everyone knows out there, if you sign up for my Amazon guy for any service, I'm not the crazy guy with glasses in a garage that's going to be doing your creative. I'm just someone that's putting together the idea of what the springboard, right? I'm the Albert Einstein, and then someone else is doing whatever else Albert Einstein told people to do. I don't know. So if I go here, and again, real rough with it, right? Organic, not orange, organic cotton. What did it say? Organic cotton? Is that what the word? Yeah.
Yeah, and 100% big.
So then here, watch this.
So I would do 100% above it, like they had it.
I'm way ahead of you. Are you a big fan of 80s movies? 80s movies fan or no?
No, I'm a 90s baby. I mean, I'm a 90s girl because I was born in the 80s, not really into 80s stuff. I'm into 90s stuff.
Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
What? You have to see that. It's a funny movie. Anyway, she gets a job.
But you have kids.
No, this is I have 3 kids, but this is not a kids movie. This is something that came out in the late 80s. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was basically they were babysitting. They were older kids, and their mom went to Australia for the summer, and they got a babysitter. She was super strict. 2 days later, she croaks, and then they didn't want to tell the mom to have the mom come home, so they played it off like they dropped her off at like a morgue. It was really real rough, real weird, and they got jobs in the summer to support themselves and stuff. Anyway, so it was Christine from Married with Children, Kelly Bundy. What's her name? That actress.
Yeah. And don't know her name. I'm terrible with names for actors and actresses.
She gets a job at a fashion place, and she's a secretary, and then her boss is telling her, whatever I tell you, no matter what, if you're on the phone, if I'm on the phone, if I tell you, hey, what's going on with this, I always want you to reply back with, I'm right on top of that, Rose. Like, no matter what you say. So whenever someone tells me, don't forget this, I'm right on top of that, Rose. So let's take a look here. I'm a big fan of I hate spaces, so I always do something like this, right? I'll make this a little bit bigger, right? Again, this is really rough, off the cuff kind of stuff. Then I'll go back. I'll add 100%, right? I'll take the color out of the photo. No, maybe this one.
And while you're doing that, what I'll explain to people is, because this is the comment, we were just talking about this offline, but it's something that you and I are very familiar with, that yes, we know terms of service, and yes, a lot of images get rejected. But part of improving your click-through rate on Amazon is playing with this a little bit and dabbling and understanding what's working, what's not working, tweaking, and that's totally okay. Right? And the idea behind this is you should always be testing, and you should always be doing it with the intent of aiding the shopper in their buying experience. So what Amazon does not want is for you to create something that is basically manipulating their buying decision. And then they get something and they're like, this is not what I thought I was buying, right? That's not what Amazon wants. What Amazon wants is, I am looking for a kid's 100% organic sheet 4-set piece that is a twin size for my bunk beds, and I need it fast, and I don't want to have to search through a million listings. How do I just know what this is really fast? By putting it on the main image, right? And so if you are aiding the shopper in that buying experience and you have that intent, then you're usually in the clear. Now, when things get rejected, there can be slight little modifications that you can do to like move it slightly over onto the product, and then it might get accepted. So an image getting rejected is not the end of the world. Like, nothing bad's going to happen. The Amazon gods are not going to come and punish you. Like, you gotta experiment with this stuff, because this can increase your sales tremendously.
Thank you. Thank you for speaking while I was doing that. Anyway, so this is rough. This is super rough. But you tell me on the SERP.
Let's do a side by side.
Here, let's do this.
Yeah, grab that screenshot. I mean, night and day. Night and day.
And I'm not even a good, I'm not, it's not even a good, that's a crappy job that I did, but it's going to stand out a lot more. And the 4-piece could probably be better in white now that I zoomed out and stuff like that. But at the end of the day,
that's where the experimentation comes in, right? Yeah. Like you didn't know, you got to play with it. That's fine. Yeah. You know? So yeah, and remember, this is where we play. And then once you validate it, you polish it, and then you upload it to Amazon. So it's okay that it's quick and dirty at this stage.
Yes. See. Oh, I keep on doing the wrong thing. I unshared it and then I have to reshare it again.
Okay, that's one variant. So Jeff, what I would do is like, that's one idea. What are the 5 other ideas that you have for the sheets? You could do the stand-up. You could do them like have one at the top at an angle. You could show a close-up of the actual pattern on the side. You could like get all these ideas flowing, put them down on your notepad and just start creating them. And if you suck at creating them in Canva, work with a designer to help you create these. And you just test them one after the next on Amazon. Always have a test running. And this is the stuff that's really going to improve your click-through rate.
Have you seen the ice cream scoop fiasco that's going on right now?
No, what's going on?
Everyone's referencing the ice cream scoops having this retail tag over here to show different color variations. And it's dominating because at the end of the day, if I go here, look at these two, right? I wouldn't know if this black one had other colors unless I clicked on it. And the odds of me clicking on it are probably slim if I'm looking for something that has color.
Yeah.
So by adding this little tag here for the bestseller, it's showing available in more colors, right? And they have this huge parentage of more colors. And they're always going to win because more colors means more people that you're hitting. But do you think anyone's going to complain? I guarantee you when you get this scoop, you're not getting that tag. There is no shot that you're getting this tag. Is anyone going to complain that they're not getting the tag? No. They're going to open the packaging and scoop into some cherry vanilla. What's your favorite ice cream?
Oh, mint all the way. Mint chocolate chip. It's got to have the chocolate chunks though.
Mint chocolate chip is I think is illegal in my house. That's almost like bringing in a cereal in my house that's not Fruity Pebbles.
Well, I don't eat cereal, so.
Are you an oatmeal person?
I'm not an oatmeal person either. No.
Are you are you a strictly coffee or tea in the morning?
I am for the moment, but sometimes I'll dabble in some Greek yogurt with a seeded granola that doesn't have oats.
I am a big fan of, oh, by the way, news to share. I don't know if you saw my latest LinkedIn post, but I was diabetic for the last year. I went to my doctor's yesterday. I'm not diabetic anymore.
Saw your post. Yay. Congrats. Do you want to just recap real quick what you did so that people watching can benefit? So
I was 40 pounds last year, and I lost. I was a big boy. And I lost 120 pounds.
That's insane.
In less than a year by getting diagnosed with diabetes because I went to the ER because my blood sugar was 700. And for people that don't understand blood sugar, your blood sugar should be like under 120 at best, 130.
Wow.
And it was through the roof. Diabetes, poor diet, poor everything. Got onto Mounjaro, which is the newer version of Ozempic, which everyone and their mom is taking to get slim and look good for the beach. Yeah. But it's really for diabetics and stuff. That's a different story. Metformin, eating right. The reason I brought that up is because I would eat chia seeds. I would put chia seeds in sugar-free pudding as a snack, and it tastes pretty good. And chia seeds are super filling. And yeah, after almost it would be a year next month that I was diagnosed, and I went and they took my A1C, and my A1C is 5.2. It's not even pre-diabetic
Amazing.
levels. Like pre-diabetic is like 5.7. The doctor was like,
Amazing.
now, will I grow a tail and turn green over the course of the next 20 years from this medicine that I'm taking that just came out? We'll see. But at least I won't have diabetes.
So my husband did the same thing. He lost 80 pounds in less than a year because he was having really high blood pressure, ended up in the ER.
Wow.
And he didn't have, that drug wasn't out at the time. He just completely changed his diet and lifestyle, and that's what it takes.
So he did it the good way. I did it the cheaty way. But
But you still did all the other things.
Yeah, like the thing is, when you're on that Mounjaro or the Ozempic stuff, you don't want to eat anything. Food becomes a chore.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's fun stuff. Let's get back to ASINs because people are dropping off. They're like, this fat guy talking about losing weight.
Let's do it.
Hamza, this it's me again. Any PPC tips for launch? Getting around 40 to 50% ACOS, but low numbers of orders. Using auto exact broad modifier targeting ASINs. Also, tip PPC keyword research. All right.
Can we look at the ASIN real quick? I'm not the PPC person, but curious what the ASIN looks like.
Yeah, I'm not the PPC person either. So we'll take a look and we'll see. And I don't like that.
Sometimes it's not your PPC, guys. Sometimes it starts with your content. So
let's take a look. 5V. JD LTW. That's LTW. There we go. I don't like this is blocking your face. It's bothering me. It's very rude to the guests. Hold on. I'm gonna bring you down, Hamza. There you go. All right, so let's take a look here. Pickleball. Are you a fan of pickleball or no?
I have not played. I play tennis. I really want to try pickleball.
It's like giant size ping pong. Looks like kind of. I don't know. I don't know why it's called pickleball. It makes me want to pickle.
So, yeah, competitive category. This is all the rage right now.
Yeah. So I tell people off the rip, when you have something that's multiple pieces, count everything as if it's a piece to show value. That's how I do it, right? So they're saying paddle set of 2. You're not a set of 2. You're a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're a 7-piece set. That's where you're showing value because you're 7 pieces. So when you say set of 2, 4 pickleball, portable carrying bag, you're kind of you're underdogging yourself. Like you're not showing the true value that you have. So 7-piece set is what you are, and then talking about those 7 pieces. Now, is that something like my whole thing is what does it come with? Like it's a nice image, but what does it come in? What's a retail box look like where I can put those CTR phrases like pickleball 7-piece set? Like I want to put that somewhere to help with conversion.
Well, I think you could still put it here.
Yeah, talk to me. How? Where can I put it?
I would put it on the bag or on the paddle in a circular badge of some sort, and make it look clearly like a badge. Like obviously, it's not. I mean, the reason I wouldn't put it on the paddle is because I don't want people thinking it's part of the paddle design. But I think if you put it in the corner of the paddle, they would kind of get the point that it's not. I don't know if you can hear that. There's a little bit of construction going on. Sorry.
I hear it, and it's completely unprofessional. Can you please drop off? Like this is a very serious show. I don't think. No, I can't hear it. So let's take a look here. So let's take a peeky.
This is the kind of thing, by the way, that you change this on your main image. This will definitely impact your PPC. So sometimes it's not your PPC, people. It's your creative. So go back to the beginning.
Are you a fan of the corner peel? Corner peel?
Sure, why not? Why not?
I'm a big fan of trying out these corner peels. I was actually trying to do it on my LinkedIn. By the way, guys, go follow me on LinkedIn. Ryan, roll the footage. Roll it now, Ryan. Go follow me on LinkedIn. Come on, it's like CNN. Ryan, you have to be at the ready. Follow me on LinkedIn. Ryan, you are fired if you could hear this message.
Ryan, where's my LinkedIn?
Roll everybody's LinkedIn. Whatever. There we go. Oh, okay. The guest before me. Go follow Daniela on LinkedIn, everyone. We're doing all sorts of wonderful things out there. She's doing it. I'm doing it. We're in conversation. Go follow. It's like when you're a kid. By the way, where did you grow up? Did you grow up in Peru or no?
No, I grew up in California.
So you don't even know. All right, Ryan. All right, you want to roll mine now, please? Thank you. Like, no, remember who pays the bills around here. Thank you. So you wouldn't get it, right? Because you're in California. I'm an East Coast guy. I've always lived in New York. So as a kid growing up, when it snowed, we would always be glued to the television to look at the bottom of the carousel thing at the bottom, the scroll, to see if our school was closed.
Canceled.
Yes. So this is like me going like this, like looking to see.
Funny.
But
we
all right,
never got
you
that.
can follow me on LinkedIn. All right. So yeah, big fan of the peel, right? So something like this, where you're doing like a little lifty right here, but then again, you want to have it has to be a plain spot underneath it. So I don't know if a peel is going to be the best thing for it here, or if we do, oh, this is a transparent.
What about that little gold peel?
You see a gold one? Where's our gold one?
Yeah, scroll down a little bit.
Oh, this
gold
one.
Yeah, because then it looks like it's definitely not part of the design, right? Like we don't want it to.
That's why I do the.
I don't know about the gold now, but whatever. You get the point, right?
The gold reminds me of Alibaba. It reminds me of Alibaba.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the gold.
Yeah, but the reason I'm doing the peel is because, like you said, they want to make sure it's not part of the design, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here, the great thing about Canva is you can do this, right? And if I don't like this colorway, I can pull the color and go to my color scheme. And now it's part of my color scheme. So it's pulling a color out of your product specifically, right? Mm-hmm. So now we could do something like this, and I can say, oh man, I'm duplicating everything over here. I could say 7, and I typically do piece set, and then I'll pull the number out of like not a font by itself. So that's my little go-to thing here. I'll show you. By the way, this is very top secret Illuminati level stuff that I'm doing, guys. So please, no one share this with anyone. Steven will kill me. So 7-piece set. We'll do piece. The corners bother me, but I'll do piece. And then I'll do the 7. I'll grab. I just type in 7. Change this bad boy to white. And again, super rough. I'm not the graphic designer around here. Again, maybe the corner is not going to be the best thing, but you got the idea, guys. Something like this, but just obviously much, much better. Maybe we'll make this bigger. So I don't know where to go with that. But yeah, I would say that needs to be fixed.
The point, I mean, that's the thing. Like we can critique it all day, right? But the point is, like, you need to be testing this stuff.
Yeah, but there's no human element in here besides this guy who looks like this is super photo choppy is what I call it, not Photoshop. This is photo chop. Like it's not. This doesn't look like natural, right? So we're not showing. Is it going to be the competitive guy that's buying this for $58, or is it going to be, Bob and Linda in Miami that are buying this to play with their friends and really showing who the customer avatar is, right? Because it's not, you're not showing me who's really purchasing it, massive sweet spot. Like I get what you're saying is that it's like the middle of the paddle, but it's drowning out in the background. Your paddle, it's the same color as the background. So it looks like just a target kind of. So just a little bit.
Honestly, like massive sweet spot, I don't even understand what that means. So like it takes too long for me to understand what that means. Yeah. And we need to why does that matter? Right? Because we're going back to features and benefits again. Like, why does a sweet spot matter in this game? You need to tell me what that's going to do to improve my game.
Yes. Right? So, I always tell people, us versus them. That's a big us versus them story. So why you versus your competitor? So you have that massive sweet spot. Is your competitor smaller surface area? Is your competitor thinner and you're thicker? Is your competitor made out of plastic and you're wood? Like, talk to me more about why you. So it's not just about why you versus nothing, but it's why you versus your competitor as well. And then brand story module. By the way, did you know that you can put up to 96 modules in your brand story module?
I learned that from you, and I love it. And I actually was chatting with Lori about this the other day. You know Lori, we love her,
Yes.
from Poopy Boo. If you guys haven't checked her out, go check that
She
out.
was
Or Puppy
on
Boo.
about 2 weeks ago.
Boo.
Yeah.
I don't know why I called Puppy Boo. But yeah. So what I love about that is like we're coming up with a strategy for her. And when you mentioned that you can have up to, I mean, almost endless amounts of these scrolling. Think about what in your business you would want to have endless amounts of scrolling content for. And if you think about it, this could be a great option for UGC, because if somebody's using your product and posting photos on social, you can just keep grabbing those and keep adding to it. And so let's say something like a Puppy Boo, where people are posting photos of their dog using a product. Well, what type of dog is in that photo? And then you're adding those keywords by dog type, which people who might be searching for dog products might be searching by dog breed. So there you go with the alt text, helping your SEO with that imagery that's already working for your brand story.
And if I do like alt text, like this guy here is using alt text, but like, are you using it the best way possible? Like, I don't know. Like, I'd have to deep dive a little bit further. I don't think that's best way. Like, what's a Spanish way of saying pickleball? What's a better way to say pickleball? Put the word tennis behind it. Maybe people that are searching tennis might not know about pickleball. Maybe ping pong, maybe something like that, right? But yeah, right now it's being underutilized right now. So you're using a brand.
Other countries, they don't even call it pickleball. They call it something else. I can't even remember. But that's another thing you want to pay attention to is like pickleball might be called something else in a different language for sure.
Yes. Very, very important. Let's see here. Ryan stepped away from the computer for a moment. So that's okay, Ryan. You still have a job. You'll still be here next week. Don't worry about it. It's fine. 2 demerits. But yeah, he's using it right here, but not using it. I don't like when people just throw the brand story module on there just to say I have a brand story module. Like if you're not going to use it, like you're putting it just to shut people up and say, hey, I have a brand story module. Like, no, you have to utilize it, right? Like people talk about, yeah, go ahead.
I'll add, there's one reason why I think it is okay to just throw something up. And that is because if you don't have time to think through this, but you do want access to Premium A+, just upload something for the love of Amazon gods, please. Because getting Premium A+ is the reason why you would add your brand story in the first place. So just add it, get the Premium A+, and then you can design your brand story however you want it. But you can update your brand story anytime you want.
Yeah.
But why wait 2 weeks to design a pretty brand story when that 2 weeks could be costing you Premium A+?
That's a good point. No, for sure. And then we're gonna get into that a little bit later. Well, look at this. That's the customer avatar. This is the customer avatar. This is the customer avatar. But why are we not showing that up here? Why are we showing this guy? I don't think this is the customer avatar. Like, because we want to say
why do we say photo choppy? Because look at the pancake that's going on with that paddle. That's not how the paddle looks at all.
That looks almost like one of those fans they hand out, like those temporary.
You know what it looks like? It looks like the stick when you're stand up paddling, like the end of the
like paddle board. Yeah. But no, definitely needs some work here for sure. But we got a lot of other. This is your customer avatar.
Yeah,
I don't want to
put those at the top. Put those at the top. They need to see that from mobile right away.
Don't even get me started with mobile. Mobile, we're gonna get into that. Hold on. Let's see. We got a lot of people coming in here. Hold on. Hello from Dubai. I am in the future, John Elbow Cough. You're in the future. So tell me the lotto numbers. Like you're sitting here wasting my time telling me about bragging about being in Dubai. Tell me the lotto numbers over here. Don't just tell me that. Eric says, good afternoon, guys. I'm selling in a really competitive market and I'd love to hear your advice. Please check my ASIN. I appreciate your help. So competitive market, do you mean you're selling on Amazon? Because that's pretty much everything's competitive. But let's see.
Let's see it, Eric.
Let's see here. Using the little hack so no one at MAG yells at me that I don't use it. B0B6.
Also, we should say some nice things about what they do have before we just rip it apart. John.
That might be for a separate show. No, the reason why I don't do that is because people come here they don't come here to be told la 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 everything's nice. They come here because for a purpose, right? And I tell people on sales calls too, like when we have calls, like, hey, I'm not here to tell you that your listing is great, because if you thought your listing was amazing, you wouldn't be having this call with me right now. So going into that, I'll let Daniela say the nicey nice about the listing before I hop into it.
Let's look at the product images, the rest of them. Okay. You have product images. That's the nice thing. Interesting. So for me, it was really hard to tell off the bat what this was. So if somebody was searching for this, sure. If they're searching for something similar to this and this came up, I don't know if I would know what this is immediately. So that's the challenge for me on this one. But it looks like you're playing around with angles. It looks like you're playing around with orientation on that main image. I would say the rest of the product images feel a little bland in terms of like the design. Like, honestly, this kind of just looks like cookie cutter. Anybody could have done this type of thing. So what I do like is that every image seems to have a function, which is one of the basic principles that I like to explain, is like every image needs to show and tell, show me how to use it and how I'm going to benefit from this, right? Like, give me a reason to buy this. It looks like here you're showing the 4 different ways, 4 different elements of it. Easy to take out. So maybe you've seen that people are complaining about how people are using this product.
Sorry, I just want to.
Oh, you're gonna do some digging here.
No, you don't see this product a lot in your end of the business. We see this all the time. Like, Ziploc bag organizers are the new iPhone case in the Amazon space. Like, everyone is doing them. And if you see here, like and when I say, like, I call the photos like Alibaba-esque, right? Because when you come here, we're on par with Alibaba-esque. Like, it's the images.
And that's for me, like, I instantly think of Fiverr when I see those images. I'm like, they feel cheap.
Yes.
Is the product, and if it feels cheap, is the product going to be cheap when it gets to my house? And then if it's cheap, is it going to break? You know, like, all of those things are subconsciously going through our minds.
And for me, like, again,
what's that? Is that the brand name? Oh, that's the brand name.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about that.
I'm super picky with this kind of stuff, so I tend to pull stuff apart. So I'll tell people when they have lifestyle images that make me uncomfortable. Like, she's just looking at me in a weird way. Like, I don't feel like this is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's looking at me, which I'm always a big fan of.
It's a little creepy.
It's like, you want, like, more mom in the kitchen.
It's a little creepy.
Yeah, mom in the kitchen with kids.
Right.
So this is not a gift for all occasions. It's not. It's not. Is this a gift for all occasions? Like, if it was Christmas and you open this, or if this was your birthday and you open, like, this is a utilitarian kind of thing. This is not like, hey, it's a housewarming.
Right. This is like you need to get a handle because your kitchen is a mess. Yes. Right? Like, this is like, oh, this is gonna really clean things up. I gotta get one of these.
So what they're not showing is
I would feed into that pain, because that is a pain point. When somebody sees that they open their drawer and they got a bunch of junk and those boxes that get stuck in the drawer, the Ziploc boxes, like, that's the pain that you want to, like, hit home on and say, you know, like, we're gonna remove that frustration of your clutter in your drawer, right?
Yeah. That's one thing I tell people all the time. Like, what does it look like?
Not the joy of gifting.
Yeah. Like, what is a drawer going to look like if I don't have this, right? Like, showcase that. So to kind of
totally
spin off what Daniela is saying, it's like, you say 3-piece set, but then you say 7-in-1. Like, okay, where is 3? You say 3-piece set, but I see more than 3 pieces here. Like, I see this, I see these 2 things, I see that one thing in the background, I see this looks like it comes in 2 pieces. I'm very confused, right? You don't have a box in the background where you can say, again, Ziploc bag organizer. By the way, I think Ziploc is trademarked. I don't know if you're able to say that. Again, maybe that's one of those throwaway terms. I don't know. By the way, I found out duct tape there's actually a brand called Duck Duct Tape. Like it's DUCK, DUCT tape. Like, and their thing is a duck. So everyone that says duct tape is really referencing like Post-it note is Post-it note, and Ziploc is the brand. So duct tape is actually I didn't know that. But yeah, talking about
I will say the image with the Yolen. When I see a brand that has letters like that, I don't know about you, but for me, I lose trust immediately. Because for me, I'm just like, oh, and I know that there's good stuff made in China, but it just like instantly makes me feel like it's just a cheap thing and that it's not a real brand because it has like these letters. I feel like you see that so much on Amazon now. Like people just throw up a brand and they just pick 6 letters. It just like instantly feels like it's not a legitimate brand. In my mind, that's what I'm thinking.
Yes.
Brand name.
So one thing that I was doing too, and there's a little kind of to go into this, when I did those cookie sheets, where did I do those cookie sheets? Yeah, there. I actually did a little kind of riff on, no, wait, it wasn't the cookie sheets. Shame on me. It was when I did the griddle. Did you see the griddle that I did, the reversible griddle?
I didn't see the griddle.
So I did this, right? And I made a fake kind of company. So I put, for Steven, I put Pope Farms as the little kind of thing right here. But here's the thing, like to kind of talk about what Daniela is saying, everyone out there, see something like this, it says like you trust like warming. Yeah, like it's a homestead, it's comfortable, it's easy, it's something like that.
But then change it to 6 random letters and you're like, all right, like I don't know how to pronounce it, you know.
It's very
just what am I looking at, you know?
Yeah. But the other thing too is it's very brown, and that's the last thing I'll say on this. Is very brown, like very bland and everything is brown.
Bland, boring. Yeah. It looks like everyone else. Like this listing looks like everyone else that just copied something from Fiverr or Alibaba for sure.
Sorry, Eric. Call us. We'll help you. Call us. I appreciate your content, John Muhammad. I appreciate you watching. Go follow Daniela too. She has great content. Thanks. Muhammad gave us an ASIN. All right, let's pull this ASIN up. You got more followers than me on LinkedIn. I'm very upset at that. I need to step my game up.
Do I?
You do. You're like leading the pack for all the CTR people out there.
Nice. Okay. I didn't know that.
Well, you don't know. Now you know. All right, we're talking about Chibi hair growth.
I have a positive comment on this one.
I know this is a you thing. This is a very you thing.
You're having fun with your eye candy there on that main image. I love it.
This is after seeing your stuff, your assets, what your company does. You're a very splash.
I love it. You know, you got to start playing with this stuff, and this is a great start. What can you zoom in on the bottle? What's in the middle? Yeah, what's that little icon thing? Oh man, make that bigger. Make that bigger. That badge.
Natural what?
It says best choice, natural, 100% organic. Oh man, make that badge bigger. What I will say is this looks like a render on the bottle, and it's not a good quality one. It looks really fake. So I would fix that because that's just something that Amazon doesn't like in general. Because that'll come back to bite you. I think it's a good start, but it needs a next level render on that.
But if it's 100% organic, shouldn't that be in the title, like right off the rip, 100% organic versus organic essential oils down here? Like what? And why is it not bigger, like organic?
Yeah, and you got to be careful with that because if you're not certified organic, you cannot be putting that on your product listing.
I'm assuming that you are. Yeah, in best practice, I'm assuming that for their sake they are, right? Never say that
you are.
Yeah. I always tell people when you're made in the U.S., always put the flag on the packaging and stuff like that, assuming you are.
Oh, it says organic essential oils in the.
No, but it's more tail end. But it's not saying 100% organic, right? So
yeah.
And then it says things like extreme hair growth. Like, what's extreme hair growth? Like.
Yeah, and what is under the chubby on the image? What does that say under there? What is TCHAD?
Where are you reading?
Under the logo, under the Chebby, under the top.
Oh, T-Chat?
What is that?
You don't know
Does that mean
T-Chat?
something? No.
T-Chat, it's the hottest new craze. Everyone's doing it. My wife's upstairs with a gallon of T-Chad. We got our neighbors. They were bringing over T-Chad. Yeah, I have no idea what it is. But
could it be that that's like another weird name? But the brand name is Amalico.
There's a lot of words on here I don't know. Yeah, a lot of confusing stuff.
There's a lot going on this label for sure.
But it's interesting. They put noticeable results after third use. It's very specific. Third use. Let's take a look here. Big volume. Our product sizes. Okay, but which one am I getting? 8.5. So I'm getting this one. So why don't you tell me I'm getting this one and then show me we also have this one? You're confusing me.
Yeah, this could actually lead to a bad review because they don't know which one they're getting. They think they're getting the big one. You said I was getting big volume and then I get the little one.
Yeah. Also the red, I mean, this
or I think I'm getting a 2-pack and I only got one.
Yeah. Also, if we're talking about Canva done wrong, this is Canva done wrong. This is just, you're not bringing the letters together. You're not giving some weight and texture behind it. Just it's a little throw.
Honestly, these are the kinds of images that Amazon does not want. Guaranteed.
Chibi powder at the bottom of the bottle. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just you're losing all kinds of trust. I would have a hard time believing that somebody's even buying this product based on these images. Like I would not trust buying this product because of the way the images look.
Yeah, I mean this, the bottle. She's like a small woman holding up the bottle like this, and it's like, how light is this bottle? Yeah, it's just it's not. Listen, I'm a big fan of eye contact directly at your product. I mean, I always tell everyone on the show, this is not our client that I'm going to reference. It's a good friend of mine. I used to work with them in the past when I worked for a daily deal company. But have you heard of Goalie? Goalie, the apple cider vinegar company. Yeah, so a friend of mine owns that company. And one thing I always take away from their images is always direct eye contact, smiling people living their best happy lives. That speaks volumes in just a picture by itself when appropriate, right? So this one is someone just at a bottle of chibi, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, why are we doing this?
What are we doing? Yeah. What stands out to me is every image here has a totally different design, totally different fonts, totally different colors. It's like you went to a different designer for every single image and none of them did a good job. So
here's a funny thing. Up until now, I thought you drink this. I swear. Up until now, I thought this is something you drink. And now I'm realizing it's for hair.
Yeah. And then how do you use it on your hair? Because I actually do know hair oiling is a popular thing. Using oil in your hair for hair growth. But you have to use it right. And each oil might not work for every hair type. So explaining the hair types that it works for. How you specifically use this appropriately, because there's some oils, if you use in your hair will fall out. So like you have to be careful to give people the right instructions of how to use this product so that they're going to see the best results and that you're not going to get people complaining of them not using it right in the first place.
So are you saying I used the wrong oil?
Are you gonna start using this? Is that?
I think I used the wrong oil. I don't know because all my hair fell out. So I don't know what happened. I must have did something wrong. But yeah, like I agree, and I also everything we're doing is constructive there, guys, right? So I don't like when people do split images, right? I like when you do it when it's done correctly. When you split an image like this, right? You're giving that like continuity kind of thing to make it very kind of 2.0, and it looks cool when done right. But you're splitting this image, but then this image, it looks like this person's connected.
Yeah, how does the person have two heads? This doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and then and I understand why you're not showing like it's different language here, and that's maybe why. And it's different language here on this bottle versus this bottle shows something different. Like
it's totally different.
And if someone gets this, if this is what we're selling, we're not showing them very clear. I don't know. It's just How many units
Yeah.
are they selling with this? I mean, they're selling, 144 units every 30 days. It's a decent business, I guess. It's probably a lot of repeat purchases, I'd say.
If you're actually getting sales from this, it's probably because people know this product and bought it, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But imagine the amount of sales you could get if you actually improve these images. I mean, the fact that you're even getting any sales, I'm surprised, to be honest, looking at this.
And that's just our expert opinion on it. Let me pull up this one. So we have someone else in here, 2CX1B. Trying to be a little proactive. All right, cool. So Orkin says, where's my mouse? Here it is. Orkin says, amazing, just what I needed. Here's my ASIN, and here's his ASIN. I almost have zero constructive feedback when it comes to artwork. It's almost like my kryptonite, where I feel like I can't really do much because it's a very spraying and praying category where the seller is going to have thousands of ASINs, put so much stuff out there, and they're not going to double down on every single one because they have so many ASINs. It's very SKU heavy. So I really don't know what to say. So Daniela, I'll let you kind of take it away with this one because I don't know what to say with this one.
Let's scroll through. Let's scroll through some of the other ones. What I will say is we want to think about who's going to have this in their environment. And I say environment because we don't want to assume that this is going to be in someone's home, right? If it's a motivational wall decor, I'm probably not going to have it in my living room behind my couch on that photo. What I might buy it for, see my artwork back there?
Yeah.
That, by the way, this is my house and this is an Airbnb, but that artwork back there is very friendly for any kind of scenario, and that's why it's in an Airbnb. So you would show it with a couch setting below, and an easy way to dress things up is to add that paint design that you can do in Canva behind the artwork, right? So you could make a really fun scene like this. Would I do it for this type of art? No, and here's why. Motivational art, I'm thinking I want to be motivating my team. So maybe we're showing it in a working environment where there's people around and they're all working. And this is the thing that keeps them motivated, that's where I picture this being. So those are the kinds of lifestyle images that I would try to incorporate. And then to look at the other ones, can we see the other product images really quick?
Yeah, I just wanted to
it looked a little light, so I was just curious what they had. Oh, there you go. There you go. Right there. Office setting. Boom. That image was perfect. Look how quick you pulled that up.
I know. I'm very, very good. But yeah, so the other stuff, it's like a dorm.
That image and drop it into your lifestyle. Let's see, because it's gonna look so much better. Just that right there. And then you want some people in some other shots, working around this thing that's motivating them, And what this is also doing, by the way, is showing how big this is in relation to everything else in the room. So you can use this to show size comparison. And you want this to be as accurate as possible, right? Like if you know that it's actually going to be smaller on the wall, then show it smaller and then zoom in the actual lifestyle image so the product looks bigger.
Yeah. Trying to think of where you would not want to put it. Like you said, bedroom before. You would not want to. It would never want to go into something like
bedroom scene. Yeah, it's just weird,
hey, success! Yes, honey, success. Yeah. There we go. Success, motivation. But in all seriousness, I always tell people with something like this that I want to know realistic expectations, right? I'm not an optimist. I'm not a pessimist. I'm a realist. So I want to know how it comes to me. So again, my wife is an avid Amazon shopper, but is not keen on the insides of the inner workings of how Amazon's sellers work, right? So she might think in her head, this is going to come in a flat box. Guess what? It's not going to, even though it says, frame not included, I'm almost guaranteeing this is coming in a rolled up tube. It's not going to come in a flat box for $6.99. And I don't think it's going to be said here that it's actually coming in a rolled tube. So understanding how it's being delivered. Where?
I said you can show it.
You can show it, but if they don't show it, like order yours today. So that's my question. So if I got ordered this and I got a rolled tube, I'd be like, man, I gotta like lay it out flat on the table. I gotta put soup cans on it to flatten it out, make sure the kids don't attack it. Like that's a pain in my butt. But if I know it's gonna come like that, then I'll be, inclined to understand exactly how it's gonna come. But you don't tell me that.
Can we start from the beginning and look at every product image really quick? So it's the first, okay, product on white. Next one. Okay, it's saying unframed print. You have the dimensions. Green guard. What does that mean? Go back to those callouts real quick. Silk surface, thick paper. Silk surface, silk finish. All prints copyrighted by, okay. I think there's probably other things you could say that would entice me more about this. And again, it's coming down to benefits. And then the next image, let's see. Yeah. Next image. Yeah.
It's
so
hard.
You're just showing it on a bunch of walls,
Yeah.
but you're not showing me the context in which I would have this in my life. Right. And so that's where like, give it a theme, like the office theme, and show people
Or you
working
know what a
around.
good one is too? Here's another good one I would say.
The gym. Oh yeah. There you go. Brilliant. Just cover up those shelves right there with the art. Boom.
This or like this, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Brilliant.
That speaks more to the customer avatar than just, and I get it. It's skew heavy. Like they're not going to double down but like no one told you get in that category is what I say, right? Like you did it and you got to like, is that a doggy or a cat?
Yeah.
What you got back there? The dog. Is that a French bulldog?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's Chanchi.
Chanchi?
Yeah, Chanchito means piggy. Piggy Smalls is his name.
Piggy Smalls. So cute. So stinking cute. All right, but yeah, Orkin, that's what we would do.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Let's look at another one.
Orkin would say, a little explanation. This is my first product. I haven't done any giveaways yet. No PPC. I will change the title to Inspirational Wall Decor, which has 9,000 search words and 0 title density. Okay, well, you got to fix the pictures first. I have a $500 budget and planning to.
What I will say, Orkin, is none of your pictures really have any H1 headers that are giving the person the selling points of why they would want this. Right. Yeah. And so unique selling propositions are super important. You need to be showing and telling in every single image. So you're showing the office scene, the gym scene, the whatever, and you're saying that, motivating you in your life's moments, at career, at the gym. Like you want to be saying how this is going to reinforce the behavior or the outcome that you want in your life to stay motivated and achieve your dreams. Right. So that aspirational messaging, like, is going to be having that around is going to help you achieve your dreams, right? So make sure you're showing and telling on every image. Don't just have images of a lifestyle scene. It's like the same thing I say in the food category. You don't want just a flat lay of food products laying on the kitchen counter. That doesn't tell me anything. It just tells me that you know how to take a beautiful photo for Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, are you a Disney fan or no?
I mean, are people not a Disney fan?
Yeah.
Really? Oh.
I go to Disney all the time. I just have to show off. By the way, I have, I think, ADHD. I don't know what it is, but I just like to stop in the middle and say like random stuff. But yeah, I love Disney. So that's all.
Okay.
Is there?
Do you see the Barbie movie?
No. Have you?
No, but I thought you might have.
So I have 3 children. I have a boy, girl, boy, 8, 5, and almost 2. Every 3 years I lose my mind. Neither here nor there. So I was told that the Barbie movie is a little too mature for little girls who like Barbies. So that's why I'm a little apprehensive to take my daughter. She's 5.
Okay.
I don't know. I want to bring her though, because she keeps talking about it and it's everywhere. But I heard that they were talking about like, like they do like little kind of jokes for adults that maybe adults only kind of get. I don't know. I'm gonna see. I think me and my wife are gonna watch it first when it comes out.
Okay.
Maybe like on TV or like a rent on demand, and then if we give it the okay, then we'll. Because here's the thing: anything that Disney does, for the most part, is a-okay right off the rip. Like where Disney got like it's okay, right? Anything not Disney, it needs like another
another lens. Okay.
We got to make sure everything's a-okay, because my kids soak up like a sponge. Like my kids, for a period of time during the pandemic, snatched up TikTok. My son are you on
TikTok?
I'm on TikTok, yes.
I'm on TikTok too.
I had a viral hit that had over 1 million views on my personal TikTok.
What?
Yes, because during the pandemic, everyone's ordering food, and I put notes in my DoorDash order that said, "Hey, can you ring the doorbell and yell this?" And then I videoed outside from our apartment, and the guy goes, I said, "Come get your ice cream, you filthy animals!" Like from home.
Oh, I love it.
So the guy rang the doorbell and goes, "Come get your ice cream, you filthy animals." And then I did it for like a bunch of things. Like I did it for Shake Shack. I said, "Come get your chicken, you filthy animals."
Amazing.
And Shake
You know why I love that beyond it just being hilarious? I changed my name in my Alexa, so it calls me "you filthy animal."
That's so funny. You're a big Home Alone person?
Yeah.
Yes. So so I did it with Shake Shack, and I did it with a whole bunch of other stuff. Shake Shack commented, and then they pulled it and they put it on their page, and they asked me if it was okay. So I got like millions of views and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm very, very famous. We're gonna keep on going here.
What's your TikTok?
I'll tell you offline.
Okay. Well, my TikTok is launch ready listing.
Okay, so my TikTok for business is at Amazon Seller Help.
Okay.
That I got a really good one at Amazon Seller Help. That's a really good one.
All right.
So yours is launch ready listings. Is that what it was?
Launch ready listings.
And you're talking about all best practices for listings on there, and then repurposing that content on your LinkedIn.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, I'll take this video and I'll chop it up and put it on TikTok.
Ooh, are you using Opus video? What tool are you using to do that?
I'm using video, but I actually have a team now that does the editing for me. So
excuse me, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Very, very high budget here. So sorry. But yes, DP is detail page.
Oh, thanks, Jeff.
Jeff, you got so excited you just butchered the word detail, but thanks for the that's great. Oh, I said oops, detail page. Okay, that's fine. Eric says, "Good afternoon, guys. I'm selling in a really I think we did this already. We did Eric's already, I think. Pretty sure. Jaleel says, "Supplements category. Can you use Canva to put a seal that says 30, 60, 90-day supply, etc. without getting flagged? We don't have product packaging, so working with just the bottle as the main image. Sir, do this all day long. It's called Dead Pixel Real Estate Space. I've coined it. I've trademarked it. Please don't steal it. We will sue you. We have attorneys." Just kidding. So, Jaleel, do you have an ASIN you threw in there? No, but we're going to go ahead and pull an example to see. Okay, let's say, Daniela, give me a supplement. Hit me with a supplement.
You've done this already, right? Let's look at Kasha Superfoods. We did one for them, and they got some post edits on it.
How do I type that in?
AKASHA, Akasha, and then Superfoods. Let's see if we can find it. You might actually see. Oh, that's a good one right there. There you go. Don't click on the ad. Yeah. There you go, right there.
This isn't
so this image. Video. This image right there, these images are approved, guys. Everyone's going to come at us right now in the comments and be like, "You can't do that on Amazon." You can do this on Amazon. So I will tell you what rejections we maybe saw. I don't know, but click on that. Click on either one of those two in the middle.
Comment off your face. Oh, Mike does that.
Yeah, click on either one of those two in the middle. Zoom in on that main image. This is a great example for you here. We have the capsules on the side of the bottle. These post edits right here. are showing you there's something else going on here. And you're like, ooh, what is that? Let me click into the listing and find out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's something that I'm trying to call out. Now, I will tell you, if you moved those badges over to the left a little bit, you would probably see a rejection. That would get rejected by Amazon. No big deal. Move them over on top of the packaging, right? And yes, you could do this in Canva.
You know why people get concerned with that? Because people get concerned because if they already have a listing that's doing tens of, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, they don't want to rock the boat. And if it gets suppressed or taken down, even for the slightest amount of time, it's a problem for them. That's when you find the issue.
This is a great example of a high quality render. If we were showing earlier, I think it was Mohammed, who had the render that looked really fake. This is what a high quality render looks like. If you zoom in, you can see like even the gloss on the bottle, like the label looks real, like everything looks real. Now, what we could do to enhance this even more, if we wanted to get extra crazy with it, you see where it says Vitality Blend.
Yeah.
We could make that even bigger, and we could say something else. If we know somebody is searching for a specific thing with CMOS, which I know that they are, I would want to highlight that on top of that first main image, right?
Can I show you what I would do, but you don't come at me?
Yeah, I will say, by the way, this is an example of a client that saw a 600% increase in sales with these images. So already, it doesn't even matter what you're gonna say. Like already, they hit it out of the ballpark. Like
I know,
yes,
but
yes, they can get even better, but it's insane. Like this was a brand that was like barely getting any sales, you know.
So what I would do, just because I always tell people best practice, right? So this is 60 capsules, right? Two things that I would do. If someone came to me and said, let's say this listing wasn't performing, right? I would say two things. Show the ingredients and show me the value prop, right? You're showing the value prop here, but I would say, okay, I look back here, I'm saying 2 servings, so it's 30 servings, so it's 1 month supply, right? So again, not to nitpick here, right? But I will, because that's what I was born to do. But if I went here,
Love it,
and I say, okay, and again, this is going to be the most hackiest of hack jobs ever.
I feel like every time you bring something into Canva, you have that as like a disclaimer. You're like, I am not a designer.
I have to. Otherwise, people are going to say like, oh man, it's terrible. I'm like, yeah, come on. I have to roll a disclaimer. But if you did something along the lines of this, now maybe for one, and again, obviously you'd have to bend it around and curve it around the cap so it looks natural, right?
Let's point that out, because I think when people see this image, they instantly think, I'm going to go do that to my bottle in Canva. Don't do this in Canva and then just go upload it to Amazon. It should be curved around the bottle so it looks real. Because if it doesn't curve around the cap and it doesn't look real, you're going to ruin it for the rest of us. You're going to ruin the ability for us to use these little like tips on these images, right?
And Canva's not the app to do the curving, right? You want to do like Illustrator or Photoshop or whatever you want to do to curve it around, but you want to do it
to explain why is because if you think about the bottle, look at the way that the curve is going like this in Canva right now, okay? If you think about a bottle doesn't go like this. A bottle goes like rounded like this, you know, like this, like you're hugging it, right? And so in Photoshop, you can make it hug it and it'll look exactly like it's actually printed on the cap.
I have a fun hack for you in a second. Yeah. And then the other thing I would show is just.
And I actually, like, for a product that actually has a brand identity like this, I actually wouldn't put it around the cap like that. Like as much as like I want to increase the click-through rate, I would do it in a classier way so that it feels very on brand for them. If I was selling just like a multivitamin, I would put it on the cap. You know, a generic multivitamin from any other brand, go for it.
I wouldn't put it on this one because the value prop is not really a 1 month supply. I would typically, I would only do this if it's like 90-day supply, bigger than just a 1 month supply, right? But yeah, no, talking about bending it around. What did you just say beforehand? Before you said something else.
Well, I will point out one thing you had mentioned that I wanted to highlight is when you say the ingredients, or what I would say is like, when it comes to supplements in general, a lot of times people forget that they'll just put the picture of the bottle, but the consumer doesn't know if, like, let's say they're searching for like, I don't know, like almost any kind of supplement either comes in a powder or comes in a capsule, or it comes in a gel capsule, or it comes in a different types of formats, right? So people want to see from the search results, what is the format that I'm getting? If I'm getting a powder, does it come with a scoop? Or does it not come with a scoop? If you just put a pile of the powder, I'm going to know it's a powder. If you put the scoop, I'm going to know it's powder and it comes with a scoop. If I put the capsules, okay, great, it's a capsule. That's what I'm looking for. Like, answer their question in their mind really quick before they even click into the listing.
And I tell people that you have to put the actual product is because they need to know if it's a capsule or a tablet or if it's a gel cap for people with swallowing and issues of that, right? Especially for elderly people or anyone that's incapacitated, anything like that, right? So if it's a capsule, you could break it open and sprinkle it, and versus a tablet, you have to crush it. So you have to give a lot of transparency with that. So it's always best practice to put that here. And again, showing it in the right way. I see too many people on their main hero image show it like raining down from the top, where it's like, okay, I need to see the specific ratio of how big it is compared to the bottle, because that's not telling me, is it a horse-sized pill? Is it a very small pill? Anything like that. So it's always important for, I think Aaron Moore says it best, a banana for scale. Have you seen him say that before? Banana for scale?
No.
He always puts a banana out there, banana for scale.
That's funny. What I will say about this is like general principles for main images is 1, fill the frame. So you'll notice there's almost 0 pixels, either top to bottom or left to right. 2, consider, is a photo better for your product or is a render? If you're going to use a render, do a very high quality render like this one. Amazon doesn't typically allow renders. They don't want a bad quality render. And by putting a bad quality render, you're going to ruin it for the rest of us. 3rd thing, add a call out. Whether that's something that you know somebody is searching for, or capsule size, like you said, how much is it, a 1-month supply, 2-month supply? What are they getting with that? They could be searching specifically for a particular vegan product, and you want the word vegan really big on this, you know? Like, these are the kinds of things you need to do the search to understand, like read the reviews. What are people actually looking for? What matters to them when they're buying this product? And how can you highlight that from the search results, right? And the final thing is eye candy. So eye candy means adding in the ingredients on the side, the capsules like we talked about, the powder, the splash of oil behind things, the shadows, the angles, like all of these things you can play with to capture the attention from the search results and get people to click on your product instead of the competition.
Yeah, that's great.
That's the 4-step process.
So let me ask you too about something like this. That value prop, I know people that take like CMOS and stuff like that, and it's in gel form, it's in powder form, it's in this. I think the no refrigeration necessary is a big value prop. So I like that you guys put that out there too as well. Did you do the whole page for them or just for certain portions of it?
No, we did everything.
Yeah,
we did everything. And actually this is V1, right? They're gonna get they're gonna upload their brand story. This is like just to get things turned around, because this is a brand that was a female founder. She put up her own Shopify site, kicking butt. And when it came to Amazon, she just thought she could just upload the content that she had from her site and it would perform just as well. But as we know, Shopify content doesn't perform the same way on Amazon. So you have to customize it, you know? So we did, and within 30 days, turn this thing around. So content like this matters. High quality content matters.
Yeah. I'm going to get that on a shirt. High quality content. Are you guys playing with Midjourney at all or no?
No, to be honest, I haven't. I've only seen like very few things that I think have been done well. I can almost instantly tell when things look fake, and just not a fan of it yet.
We're gonna take a peek. How about that? I'm gonna do some Discord Midjourney whammies on you right now. Hold on, what's Ryan?
I gotta jump off soon, but we can.
You gotta jump? Okay, cool. How much time do you have left?
Not much, but let's see how far we get.
Okay, cool. Not much. All right, cool. So let's. All right, you know what? Then we'll skip the Midjourney. You'll come back another time for Midjourney. That's fine. We'll do that. Let's see what everyone else has.
You could probably just do a whole talk on Midjourney.
Yeah. Will you come back for a Midjourney talk?
If you want me to. It'll be like, you're going to convince me to use Midjourney. You're going to teach me. You could teach me.
it could be a teaching moment.
That
Let's
would
go.
be fun.
Yeah. Let's do a couple more questions. You have 2 more minutes? 1 more minute? What do you got? Give me your time.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay, cool.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. And then
2
you'll
minutes.
hop off, and then I'll stay for everyone else, and I'll scoop up the other stuff. Okay. Appreciate it. Beauty category. We'll get back to you, Muhammad. I'll get to you. Creators had a dog named Pickle. Okay, that's why it's called pickleball. Creators had a dog named Pickle. All right, what's the Spanish word for pickle? Put that out there. Brian B. I'm getting denied for my designs where I attempted to add a made in the USA call out. Do you have any tips? Let's leave it at that.
It depends on how you did it.
You could answer that, then hop off. How could you help Brian with that?
Made in the USA. I mean, I've had a client do it almost 15 times in their listing, so it's probably down to like how you were doing it.
So examples,
like
right?
where yeah, I need to see it, where you were doing it, how you were doing it, which specific image is getting denied, because sometimes it's not about it's not about all the content having it. It's about one image and where you were putting it, how you were using it. So
cool.
This kind of stuff is just trial and error, you know?
All right. Well, we'll leave it at that, and I'll let you hop, but go ahead and do your plug of you guys and what you're doing before you hop off, because I want you to get all the love. So
sure.
Give everyone that wonderful sign off.
Sure. If you guys need very high quality listings and content, that is what we do day in and day out. You can find us at mindfulgoods.co. We are an Amazon verified partner. We work with hundreds of brands every year to do next level content. So
I love this.
Hit us up.
Awesome. Well, Daniela, I appreciate you hopping on. I know you're going to run. You're going to come back
Thanks
again.
for having me.
And you're going to come back again, and we're going to do some mid-journey stuff. We're going to do some AI to realistic stuff. And then we'll do I'm going to download generative Photoshop, and we're going to play with that.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Awesome.
I've been wanting to check that out, how you can kind of like fill in the frame.
We're going to play with it. So maybe in a couple of weeks, we'll have you back and we'll do that.
Very cool. Thanks, John. Take care.
Thanks, Daniela. See you. Bye.